Hi, Jacqueline. Great to see you on your tropical island. Hi.
Hi, Janet.
Time for a drink.
Cheers.
Cheers. I parked my broom in Washington Square and came over to the bar, and I'm looking for a haircut. But anyway, let's catch up on Next Villages.
All right. Well, cheers to you. And I wish you could be here. You're very close to our new office, but it's positively dreamy here. I've been trapped here for months because of COVID, and I've been here so long. Look, I'm growing palm trees out of my head.
Well, I must say, the goblins in Washington have unleashed some crazy spells this year. They should have graduated from Hogwarts and learned a thing or two about how to control plagues. They left us in the village with so much to do. I must say I've been really worried about our members.
Oh, no worries, Janet. We're keeping an eye on them. We have about 100 wonderful volunteers who've been stepping up, and they've made over 2,000 friendly check-in calls. There's no members left behind in our village.
Amazing. Yes, and that spell made it really hard for our members to go to the grocery store, to go to the pharmacy and run errands like they're used to doing.
No worries again, Janet. Our volunteers have made over 430 trips to the grocery store for our members. It's like having your own personal shopper.
Wonderful. And socializing. How are you supposed to keep in touch and engaged and have fun if you have to stay at home?
Well, we've got that covered too, Janet. We have hosted over 200 social, cultural, and educational events online since COVID. We've given some of our members iPads and iPhones, and we've taught over 100 members how to use Zoom so they can stay connected and engaged and entertained and participating in whatever floats their boat. We're good to go there.
Marvelous.
Yeah.
I have been concerned that some members may not have enough to eat or may have difficulty preparing food.
No problem again. We're using our new office as a base for a fresh lunch delivery program with our partners at Food Runners. And so far, our ACE volunteers have delivered over 2,000 lunches.
That's brilliant. Between COVID, the smoke, and the heat, there's so much to be done. How are we covering it all?
Oh, baby, we were born for this. First, Andrew Linton made 50 masks for our members, and Rita Giraldi delivered them. And then our friends at the San Francisco Evening Rotary stepped up and donated 450 of these masks, so each member got 2 of them. And don't forget, we have 4 crack staff in our office. So you've got Rachel, Donna, Sarah, and me, plus the 100 brilliant, warm, giving volunteers, and they're all carrying out our mission with us.
That's terrific. And how are we keeping the village afloat with so much change going on all around us?
We're so fortunate, Janet. We have generous sponsors, donors, local businesses, neighborhood partners, and the city's Department of Aging. They've all pitched in to make sure that we can meet all of the challenges that come our way. Together, we've been rocking this COVID thing.
Tremendous. And I'm worried about people getting depressed. They need some levity in their life.
Well, no problem again. We're working to keep spirits high with our friendly calls, our online programming, our Friday entertainment swap. Things are going great, as best can be expected. So now, virtually from San Francisco,
it's Halloween in the village.
Yay!
Hello, everyone. My name is Teddy Kramer, and I'm a Next Village volunteer, and tonight I will be your MC for the Halloween in the Village finale. Isn't it amazing how Next Village has been able to support older adults in our community for all of these years? This year has been a crazy one, with the COVID-19 pandemic, the fires, and the recent heat waves. In the first segment of tonight's show, we're going to have a little bit of fun. You're going to see the Pets Contest finalists, hear from some members, volunteers, and donors, and most importantly, you'll have a laugh with comedian Josh Kornbluth. See you soon.
Hi, my name is Barbara Blake, and I'm a member of Next Village. When I retired, I joined Next for the fun of it, for the monthly happy hour and the monthly reading club, which I loved, and other activities, and mainly to meet people. Well, about 2 years ago, I had a fall and was really homebound for a while, and believe me, Next stepped in with help. From volunteers for shopping and trips to the doctor and lots of information, which was a lifesaver for me. My family lives in another part of the city, and so it was really good for me to know that I had neighbors nearby and friends that I could call on for help and conversation. So hope to see all of you on Fridays for our entertainment exchange of books and games at our new office at Filbert and Grant. And this is with Kim and Barbara. Happy Halloween from, guess who? Adios. Hasta luego.
Hi, my name is Sadie, and I'm a volunteer with Next Village. I've been with Next Village for a few months now, and it has been one of the most wonderful aspects of this crazy time. Checking in with people and asking how their days are going has honestly been the sunshine in these past weeks and months, a seemingly endless period of time. But I hope to always be a part of the Next Village community, and I'm so grateful that I've had the opportunity to connect with more people in my neighborhood. Thanks so much.
Hello. So why do I volunteer for Next Village? I'll tell you, normally I don't get a pat on the back when I go to the grocery store. It's just kind of what you do. But with Next Village, I get treated like Captain America, like I'm saving somebody's life by going to get a box of Cheerios. So, what's not to like? The outpouring of gratitude and thanks is incredible. And it's obviously unwarranted, but, who wouldn't want that kind of love in their life? Certainly I enjoy it. So, that's probably the main thing. And the second thing is, I'm incredibly efficient now at going to the supermarket. I have been given the benefit of years of training and expertise from veterans of supermarket shopping, people who've given me like detailed diagrams and, well-organized lists on how to make my way through the store. So I'm way more efficient now than I was. And I'm eating completely different cuisine. I didn't know about like Sonoma Brinery pickles or double stuffed Oreos. And I mean, the frozen food section at Trader Joe's is stacked with stuff I'd never seen before. So I'm eating a completely different diet now. I'm healthier, I'm happier, and I have you guys to thank for it. So thanks very much. And, you guys are awesome and the people are fantastic. So lots of love at Halloween. Cheers.
Happy Halloween, Next Villagers. I hope you're having a great time. I'm Josh Kornbluth, and I just wanted to say a few words to you while dressed in my Halloween costume that I use every year as, I hope you can tell, Ben Franklin. I got this costume in a really cool way. It was actually paid for by MSNBC, the cable network. And this was years ago, and it came about sort of out of nowhere. Okay, here's how it started, right? I was in my apartment in San Francisco in the Mission District, and I was shaving, and I'm trying to think of what can I do to come up with another gig so I can make some money. And I'm shaving, and the steam is forming. I'm wiping away the steam, shaving, and then in one moment the steam parted, and I saw myself in the bathroom mirror, and I had a realization. My God, I looked like Ben Franklin. I mean, I really do. Why did I never realize this before? Okay, cool. That was step one. I realized that I looked like Ben Franklin. Step two was to figure out, how do I make money off of this thing? Well, as it happens, MSNBC, the cable network, they were just starting up, and they wanted to do these humorous spots, okay, in which Ben Franklin was visiting present-day New York, and he was making some funny little comments and jokes and things like that. And so I applied for it, and I won the audition, and they bought me this cool costume, and now here I was in New York to film these spots, and I wish I could show you the spots, but I think that the videotapes have been destroyed out of mercy, really. So I'm just going to try to recreate them for you now. So in these spots, of course, I could have presented a deep Franklin, a scientific Franklin, but instead I basically presented a Franklin who did shtick. Like, okay, my Franklin, the first place he goes to when he comes to present-day New York, he doesn't go to a post office or a print shop. No, our Franklin, he goes to a dating service. Hi, I'm Ben. I'm a single white founding father, and I'm looking for that special someone to share my joys. Long walks along the beach, maybe a bonfire. If things are going really well, perhaps we could do a sensual redrafting of the Constitution. You know, you remove an article, I remove an article. On to Catch a Rising Star Comedy Club, where our Franklin was now a stand-up comedian. Hello there, ladies and germs. I'm Ben. I'll be your host for Open Mic Night. Well, folks, I just flew in some muskets from the coast, and boy, are those arms tired. Yeah, I didn't get much reaction then either. And then it was on to the United Nations. And at the United Nations, our Franklin was going to brag about his great achievement, supposedly, in diplomacy in France. Not the actual Franklin's achievements, which were enormous, but basically our Franklin was going to brag that he had convinced King Louis to make the lyrics to Louis Louis so no one would ever understand them. So while my camera people are preparing to shoot this world historic spot, I realized that down the block, also in front of the UN, there's this commotion going on. There's this guy, and he's wearing battle fatigues, and he's yelling and screaming. Spittle's coming out of his mouth. He's yelling and screaming, wearing battle fatigues. Then these other guys, also wearing battle fatigues, just standing behind him like this. And there are these TV cameras taking it all in. Well, eventually, I kind of figure out what was going on. This guy was apparently known as Michigan Mitch. He was a militia leader from Michigan. In fact, all these guys were militia leaders. They come from all around the country to the UN, so they could protest to the TV cameras. Saying, and that's why the founding fathers put it in the Second Amendment to our U.S. Constitution that we all have the right to bear submachine guns and Uzis, and no one, including the United Nations, is going to stop us. That's why the founding fathers insisted. The founding fathers said. The founding fathers. So I'm standing halfway down the block. I'm taking this all in, steaming silently to myself, which is my usual form of political engagement. But then at some point, I don't know what it was. Maybe it was the costume, but something just came over me. And I found myself going, "Excuse me, sir." And Michigan Mitch and the other guys went, "What?" And the cameras went, zoop. I said, yes, well, sir, I couldn't help but overhear you talking about what the founding fathers might have intended. As perhaps you can tell, sir, I am a founding father. I'm Ben Franklin. And I can tell you without fear of contradiction, you know nothing of what you speak. Our militia, sir, they were a stopgap measure. We had no standing army. We were a colony. If you want to join what we intended to be in the Constitution to be a militia, then join your local branch of the National Guard. Otherwise, just accept you're a bunch of adult discontented nincompoops, and that's it. Okay, so now here's the thing. Here's the thing. He accepted that I was Ben Franklin. Apparently, this was no leap at all for Michigan Mitch. Maybe he saw founding fathers everywhere he went. I don't know. And he just, without even skipping a beat, he just responds to me. He goes, "Well, Ben, I wasn't talking about you, okay? You're one of those egghead founding fathers, you know, the diplomats, the inventors. I'm talking about the soldiers, okay? The real men, the George Washingtons." I said, "Excuse me again, sir. I knew George Washington. George Washington was a friend of mine. And believe me, you are no George Washington." Well, I have to say that the spots didn't get that many viewers, but just that experience alone, it buoyed me for months and months after that. So that is how I got my costume of Ben Franklin. And I have now told you about this on Halloween, and I hope you have tons of fun and even candy corn, which I like and I know everyone else hates. And take care of yourselves. It's a beautiful thing that you're part of.
Wow. Thanks, Josh. I really needed that laugh. And I hope you seeing me in this costume is giving you a laugh. Weren't those pets just adorable? We'll be announcing the winners at the end of our show tonight. It was great to hear from Sadie, Paul, and Barbara about their experiences with Next Village. And we'll be hearing from more Next Village community members later in the show. So now, let's take a look at the finalists in the produce and costume contest. You think I could win? Well, I guess our village is really getting creative with Halloween this year. Haven't we all had to get creative to entertain ourselves while sheltering in place? By the way, and don't forget, Next offers an entertainment swap where you can trade in your books and puzzles for something new in their office between 11:30 a.m. and 12:30 p.m. Monday through Friday. Let's get ready to have your heart warmed by some messages from members of the Next Village community, including long-term village members and volunteers Jane Winslow and Harvey Hacker.
I'm Harvey.
I'm Jane.
We're going to talk about how Next Village is supported. How is Next Village supported?
It's supported by membership, which is on a sliding scale. It's supported by volunteers. And most of all, it's supported by donations. We get money from the city but also donations by citizens are vital to the whole organization.
So, in Next Village, what's your favorite thing?
Oh boy, it's hard to decide, but I think my really favorite is the drink and draw.
Drink and draw?
Drink and draw. I never thought I would be able to draw or paint anything, and I've been really pleased with the progress that I've made over maybe 5 years of taking these classes. How about you? What do you like best?
But first, has your drinking improved?
Yes, it has too.
Oh, it's fabulous.
How about you?
Tough to decide, but I think my favorite is Sid's Salon. Sid is a member of Next who acts as a volunteer to lead a film discussion group. And as a seasoned film expert, he picks amazingly interesting pieces for us to watch and then discuss. And with some connection to drink and draw, we sometimes even have a glass of wine during the discussions. Not only that, as a bonus, sometimes you can meet someone at those groups like I met you.
That's true. And how about your drinking? How's that going with the
Oh,
movies?
it's terrible.
Good. So we want to, again, thank you for taking part in this Halloween party with Next Village. And we really want to urge you to donate. Thank you very much.
Well, we've heard it all before. Getting older can be really tricky at times. And that's why Next Village is here. Next Village offers a variety of programs so that older adults can be socially engaged and have a good time with friends, both old and new. Making new friends is particularly important, and even more so as time goes by. Next coordinates volunteers like me to pick up groceries, prescriptions, whatever is needed for those who are not able to do so, especially during COVID times. Neighbors helping neighbors is at the core of what Next does. Sometimes it's just a simple phone call asking, "How are you doing? And do you need anything this week?" Time and time again, people tell us how this one call makes such a huge difference because they know that someone cares. Next Village has demonstrated its value for over 10 years, and even more so with this crazy pandemic, the wildfires, and the heat that we're currently encountering. So we invite, encourage, cajole, poke, and prod you to get involved with this small but mighty organization. And here's a list of some of the things that you can do to be part of Next. First, you can join. No matter how young you are, you will be welcome into this community. You can volunteer. No matter your age, we need your help. You can donate at whatever amount works for you, whether it's $5 or $50. There's a convenient link on our website for you to donate to this amazing organization. And finally, spread the word. Tell your neighbors, your friends, your acquaintances, your relatives, your doctor, your dentist, even your psychiatrist. Everyone wants to hear about Next Village. So to learn more about how to get involved, go to www.nextvillagesf.org. At the end of the day, being part of a village is a win-win for everyone. And now for the winning entries of our costume contest. Drum roll, please. I will announce the honorable mentions first, and then the 3 top finalists for each category. As a reminder, all of these entrants will receive special prizes donated by local businesses in their community. Up first, in the pet category, our honorable mention goes to Mary Taylor. Congratulations to you, Mary. Our third prize goes to Edith Kaplan. Congratulations to you, Edith. Our second prize goes to Dorothea Preuss. Congratulations, Dorothea. And finally, our first prize in the pet category goes to, drumroll, Jamie Perkins for his entry, the hot dog. So congratulations, Jamie. Way to go. A round of applause for you and your hot dog. Put some mustard on that hot dog. Up next, in the produce category, our honorable mentions go to Paul Switzer, Rod Freebairn-Smith, and Alex and Leslie Pellegrini. Congratulations to Paul, Rod, Alex, and Leslie on their honorable mentions in the produce category. Our third prize goes to Mary Taylor. Congratulations to you, Mary. 2 categories in a row. Our second prize goes to Julia Ford. Congratulations, Julia. Excellent, excellent job. And finally, our first prize also goes to Julia Ford for Barbie Eating Pumpkin. Absolutely amazing. Look at that creativity. Round of applause to you. What an amazing job, Julia. Fantastic. And finally, for the category you've all been waiting for, the costume category. First, our honorable mentions go to Bethany Golden, Dorothea Preuss, Ian Crane, Alex Pellegrini, Merle Goldstone. And now, our third prize goes to Brian Ford. Outstanding. Congratulations, Brian. What a great job. Our second prize goes to Mike and Judy O'Shea. Amazing. What creativity. And finally, our final prize goes to Mia and Bob Morrill for their couch potato. Absolutely fantastic. A round of applause to all of our participants, all of our honorable mentions, and all of our winners this evening. So I can't wait to see what we come up with next year, because this year was absolutely amazing. Wait and see what we have in store for you. With that being said, that wraps it up for me as your MC. I'm Teddy Kramer, and Toto and I, we're going to go take a walk down the yellow brick road.